want to start?
Good morning, Portland, from here in western North Carolina in the community of Brevard. We consider it an honor to be working with all of you this year in the self-study and planning process that we call Foundations of Excellence. Both John and I regret that we can't be out there with you, but we know that you're going to enjoy getting to know our good colleague, Dr. Drew Koch. I want to say a special hello to the folks who are there from Clatsop. I'm going to be your Institute advisor this year, and we're going to get to know each other well, especially by email and telephone, and I hope that we have the opportunity to meet sometime later in the year. Foundations of Excellence began in the year 2003 with four-year institutions, but we extended the process to our two-year colleagues in the year 2005. And I wanted you to know that your two-year colleagues from around the country helped us craft foundational dimensions that are relevant to your institutions and we hope will be meaningful for you. The community colleges in this process have learned a great deal about themselves and about their first-year students. With no beanies or other outward signs of first-year status, sometimes it's hard to even figure out who is a first-year student, especially if you go beyond just time on campus to actual credit hours earned. We know that Foundations of Excellence can be an enlightening and transformative process for you, and we are delighted to be part of that. We also want you to know that any of us here at the Gardner Institute can help you at any time. Finally, we know that our schedule doesn't always conform with your schedule because you are on the Porter system, but we want you to know that we are flexible and we don't want you to be concerned about any dates that you may see in our printed material. We'll work around any problems that we have. Again, welcome to the process, and we'll look forward to talking with you again soon. John?
By the way, everybody, that was Betsy Barefoot, and I'm John Gardner. In our community where we live in Brevard, North Carolina, we're known as the Bee Gees. And you can call us anything you want, but I always need to remind myself that whenever Betsy and I do something professionally together, we should acknowledge to you that not only are we professional partners, but we're related by way of marriage. So if I should use a term of endearment during these remarks, you'll understand that. Betsy commented to you that she and I regretted that we're not with you. That's an understatement. As a matter of fact, just a couple days ago, I read in the Sunday Times travel section about 36 hours in Portland, and I again wished I were going to be there. We're not with you. I'm going to tell you why. Because we started out setting the date for this with an overriding question, which will be the guiding question throughout this whole process. And that question is, what would be best for you? Not what would be best for Betsy and John. And Betsy and John had a trip that had been scheduled for months, a vacation, which we had all kinds of non-refundable tickets, and we just couldn't change it. But if it weren't for that, we would be with you, and we really envy Drew's being with you. We've known Drew for about 20 years and have been privileged to have him as our colleague, a very senior colleague in our institute for the past year, and we know you're in for a treat, as is Drew. I heard Betsy make special reference to the folks she's going to be getting to know at Clatsop. I want to do the same for Lane. I've been assigned to work with Lane, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. As a matter of fact, all of us in the senior staff of the Institute, all of us have at least one of the 7 colleges from Oregon that are participating with us. This is a very high priority for us. This is a great honor and a privilege to be working with this critical mass in your state, and we already have a lot to respect you for. You're also going to be meeting today, not only Drew, Betsy, and myself, but other members of our team using the wonders of technology, and we're going to be coming in that manner, talking to you about things like our Foundations of Excellence technology platform and our special surveys that we're going to use, and you'll meet some of the other senior institute advisors, and so we hope at the end of this day you're going to have a good feel for who are these people that you're going to be working with. I would like to express initially my praise and respect for your commissioner. If it were not for her, we would not all be gathering today. It was due to her initiative, willingness to interact with me initially, and her persistence that has made this initiative come to fruition. And so we see once again that one person does make a difference. And also at your kind of central level there in Oregon, from a communications point of view, we want to express appreciation for the excellent communication that your own Elizabeth Cox has already practiced with you and with us, and all the help she's given to organize this event and other aspects of our work. And when you consider that Elizabeth has just been planning for and experienced the honeymoon to take care of us in addition to all that, well, that really says something about her. I want to say something to all of you that I always say when we gather people for our launch meetings here in the East, to which, by the way, 11 of you from your 7 colleges did attend back in early August. We appreciate all of those who made that long journey across the country. But what I always say repeatedly to that group is that the Foundations of Excellence process is ultimately about 2 things. And if you remember nothing else from today, please try and remember this. This process is about, number one, a plan, and number 2, the implementation of that plan. And it's about a plan not for retention, although it is, but not solely or even primarily. This is a plan for excellence in the new student experience. Whatever excellence should mean relative to the mission of your college and the characteristics of your students. We firmly believe that every community college can attain these levels of excellence. All of this has come about as a result of a 4 decades long movement to improve what internationally has been known as the first-year experience, and that movement has led to, quote, programs, all kinds of initiatives on your campus, as we know. But what's missing at most colleges is a coherent plan to integrate and coordinate and maximize the effectiveness of those programs. So this process is about going beyond retention, and it's about creating something you don't now have, which is a visionary plan for excellence for the new student experience. And during this process this year, there are 11 steps, and you're going to be producing some written deliverables at each one, and our role is to guide you through that process and give you very explicit but friendly and supportive and collegial feedback at each step of the way. You matter far more than we do. You have a great deal of control over what you do in this process and with it, and we know, because of the success we've seen elsewhere in the United States, that you can't help but be successful in this, and that this is going to make a real difference for your students. Dr. Koch will be talking to you today about the outcomes we've been seeing elsewhere in the country, and that will, I know, encourage you that the investment you're about to make is truly worthwhile. I want to thank you in advance for your willingness to be with us in this process. We're indeed your partners. We're looking forward to this. We're going to be there for you whenever you need us for anything 24/7 for this entire year, and we look forward to getting to know a number of you and your work and your colleges much better. All best wishes. Please have fun at this, and remember, it's about 2 things. It's about the plan and implementing that plan. And now we'll segue to whatever kind of conversation, dialogue, Q&A you might wish to have with Betsy and me.